Hi guys, Hugh here. Welcome to my course on Facebook Ads Marketing. In this course, we're going to start very basic, and then we're going to work ourselves up. We're going to start out with just throwing up a page and getting some likes. Whether or not you think that's valuable, it definitely is very valuable, because when you get a lot of people liking a page, that means that pretty much whatever you put out on that page, there's a good chance that the people who like that page will be able to see it. Not only that, you'll be able to get their IDs, and then with some kind of masterful endeavoring, you'll be able to target all those people specifically with ads for things that they would actually pay money for. So we're going to get to that. And then after that, we're going to start working with the actual CPA or CPC actions, in which we'll be sending people first to opt-in web pages and ultimately to sell products to them through purchase pages. But the current time, like I said, we're just going to start with something really simple, which I think it's pretty mind-blowing actually myself. But what I did was, I've been owning dogs, German Shepherds, for many years, and I have some really cute pictures. So basically I just decided to make a page, throw on some of my German Shepherd photos that I've taken myself over the years, and then see if I could get some likes for that. And it's really been quite amazing. Here's my page. As you can see, I've got 3,667 likes, and I just put this up, I think it was like last Thursday, and today is Tuesday, so it's really been about 5 days. I've got almost 4,000 likes, and my budget for this, believe it or not, is $10 a day, which I don't know if you can afford that, but if you can afford $10 a day to build up a huge fan base, then ultimately you're going to be able to take out a lot more than $10 a day from that list. I could probably start now, but I'm just taking it slow. Just want to see what I can build up. So we can take a look at the ads manager and just see what I've got running here, and I'm going to explain to you how I got to this point. I tried a couple of things, and the first thing you want to know is that the first time you ever try and put out an ad, it's going to basically eat up your whole budget really fast. The first time. My problem, the first time that I tried doing this Facebook marketing, which is like back in August of 2012, or even probably earlier than that, was I was running this, and I spent $101 and I got very few clicks. I didn't really understand this issue about when you first run your first campaign on that particular, or your first set of ads on that particular campaign, Facebook is going to just grease through your budget really fast. But there's a reason for that, because what they do is they kind of calculate what happened during that time, and then they'll start your ad again with a much more realistic cost. So in fact, what I did, I kind of made a mistake in this one, and I put a $50 budget the very first day. Definitely don't recommend doing that, because $50 was gone in about just a couple of hours. With how many likes? About 100 likes, so it wasn't very good. Okay, but what happened then was, when they started it up again, I changed my budget to $10 a day from $50 a day. This here was last week, and I have turned this ad off, so I'm not running this one anymore. But just to show you what happened, there's a reason why as well I'm not running this one right now. As you can see, the cost per like was pretty high. Actually, that's like way too high. You can see in this one 5 cents is a little bit more like it. Seemed to be a pretty good click-through rate on some of these. So as soon as we stopped the ad and started to run it again, the costs went way down. And I also realized that on this particular set of ads, I didn't target any interests in when I created the ads, and we'll get into that later. But what I did was I just targeted everyone, all men, women, and children in 3 countries: the United States, Canada, and the United Kingdom. And I left the interests wide open, so I got apparently pretty good click-through rate. So I started it again with a $10 budget, and I just ran one of the ads, and it started doing really well. So then we decided that what we would do is duplicate this ad campaign, but target interests of dogs. So that's what we did. So let's go back to all campaigns. So we started number 2, which is running now, and the statistics on this are much, much better. You can see there's really, for some reason, this ad really works, so they're running it, and I'm getting 1 cent likes. Now it costs me 1 cent per like. I've got a click-through rate of 1.1%, which I think is pretty good. So they're basically charging me 12 cents per 1,000 impressions. I think that's what it is. I'm going to have to look that up. But this is the one. For some reason, this ad really, they like it better than the other ones. I'll show you my other ones here. I've got this one. To me, I think they're all cute. There's a little Shaka, my new puppy. There's Cosmo. There's Sheila. Sheila again. But the one they are clicking is this one. For some reason, it's just the way this face looks and everything. So we could probably do a little bit better. So it's really important. One of the most important things about the whole process is to create these little ads so that they look eye-catching. So it's like, oh, there's something I'd really like to click on. So we will go through a whole unit on how to create the ads, and that'll be the next video. So this is basically just a broad overview of the very simple getting likes. You know, just create a very attractive ad, love German Shepherds, then like us. And it's kind of like I'm getting, every few seconds I'm getting another like. So if you look at the page over here and show the admin console, you can see about a minute ago, 2 minutes ago, 2 minutes ago, 9 minutes ago. So that's just like, they're just coming in one after another. To me, I feel like this is almost as good as getting people to opt into my email list, because I can target them in a number of ways for marketing once they have liked my page. So remember that if you've got something to sell and you want to sell something on Facebook, it's not really just about getting ads in front of people and pushing people to buy things right now, because you need to use a little strategy, and we will get to that point where we can do that successfully too. The first strategy that I want you to get under your belt is this ability to put up a page, create some attractive ads, and get a bunch of likes in just a few days for just a few dollars. And I think that's a great, I've heard it said before that a business is not a real business until you can basically, you know, purchase your investment and get a return out of it on a regular basis. So that's what this is all about, ROI, return on investment. Okay, that's it for my first video in the Facebook ads series. I'll see you in the next video in which we'll make some new ads.